Okay, it's 5 minutes past five, and we have some of our amiable fellows, scholars, chapter leads, all here in the building. So once again, thank you for joining us in good time and good evening from my end. So this is another edition of the WAAW Fellows Meetup, and we will have to introduce our host for today. Remember, we have decided to always incorporate our fellows into the fellows meetup, and we always call for hosts and announcers for each of our sessions from now to whenever. So rest assured, all our hosts and our announcers will come from you, our fellows. So for next month, you can indicate if you want to be one. So for this month, we are having Zubira Soli from the University of Bamenda. Soli is a graduate of biochemistry, and she's going to be our host for today. Over to you, Soli. Soli, are you here? Yes, she is.
Good evening, everybody. Can we get me? Oh my.
Yes, yes, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. So, good evening, everybody. We're all welcome to our monthly fellow meetup for this July. And wherever we're joining us from tonight, I would love us to drop our names, and our chapter wherever we are from, and we can just drop it in the chat box. Okay, are we there? So I would love all of us to just drop where you're connecting from and your chapter and your name. So, like Miss Lillian already said, I am Dubila Soliberinoy, and I am a fellow or a scholar from the University of Bameda chapter, and I'm a graduate of biochemistry. So I'll be your host for today's session. So, while we're getting our names, or while we're writing our names in the chat box, we just we just start with the agenda. So we've already had welcome and introduction, and then the next thing we're going to have is going to be our icebreaker. Then we'll go dive into what we are here for today, that's beyond our campuses. We'll learn new academic tools, we'll complement other chapters, then we'll have the question and answer session or an open floor, then we'll have an info session with Esther, then we'll recognize our July outreaches. We'll talk on the available opportunities. We have announcements and closing. So that's the rundown of what we have today. Next slide, please. Okay, so beyond our campuses, that's our theme for today. But we'll get directly into our icebreaker session. Okay, so our icebreaker session today, we're going to be filling the gap. So the question is, if a chapter were famous for one thing, what would want to be known as the chapter that? So what would you like your chapter to be known for, or what is that thing that's peculiar about your chapter? So we'll have 5 minutes for that, or let's just say six, so that we can start at 5:15. Yeah. So if your chapter were famous for one thing, would want to be known as the chapter that does what? Maybe the chapter that has many outreaches, or the chapter that has amazing or many students that always show up, or the chapter that is consistent. What will your chapter be known for? So we have 5 minutes for that exercise. I really love us to to share what we think. Yeah, welcome everybody. Welcome Israel. Welcome everybody. Let's answer our icebreaker. Can we get me? because the silence is really awkward. Oh, okay. So Israel says chapter with the most teas. Should be foot me now. Okay, okay. No other person, no other person. Come on, guys. So, Helga says the chapter with the highest girls impacted, that will be the University of Bamenda chapter, Cameroon. Woo! And Ingrid, she says the chapter with consistency, striving to change young lives. Well, we have 4 more minutes to go. Ingrid, which chapter is that? Anifa says the chapter with diligence and accountability. Please, can you just drop which part of the country or which part of the continent your chapter is located? Okay, Ingrid says from the Us chapter. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. So Us chapter will be known for its consistency, driving to change young lives. We have 3 more minutes. Okay, Petronella says the University of Technology in South Africa will be known as a chapter that inspires thought. Yeah, yeah. And Mary says FUNAP chapter will be known as a chapter with the most impact in women's lives. Let's keep it rolling. Yes. Come on, guys. Are we there? Can we get me? Okay. Precious says Fort Mina will be known as a chapter leading in technology, innovation, and community impact. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's amazing. We have 1 more minute and then okay, so that'll be the end of our icebreaker session. We'll just dive directly into why we're here, and a few fellows will be sharing with us their academic tools. So we'll learn new academic tools today. Uh, so next slide, please. So we're going to meet our contributors or those that are going to teach us on um these new AI tools today. The first person that we have will be Anifa from Lautech chapter. She's a medical student, 300 level. Then we'll have Israel from Food Mina chapter, and he's mechatronics engineering 500 level. And lastly, we'll have Anstar. I don't know if I'm pronouncing the name well, from University da Natanoria. yeah, Madagascar, and she's a chemistry student. So I'll give the floor to Anifa, and she'll be telling us on these new academic tools. Anifa, the floor is yours. Come on, can
Anifa,
we
are
hear?
you there?
Are you there?
Anifa, are you in the room? I think Anifa is not in the room.
Okay. But I think Israel is there, right? So we'll just go with Israel. Please, guys, let's cheer up for Israel as he comes up to the virtual stage. Let's warm up the chat box. Let's celebrate him, please, with our
I think
emojis.
Anifa is here. I don't know why she's not responding. Anifa,
Oh,
she can hear us.
Yes, ma, I can hear you, ma. It's because of my network.
Oh my days. I'm sorry about that. Can you speak now?
Yes, ma.
Yeah. Okay, you have the floor.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. I am Manifa, a level 3 medical student of Lautech. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Am
Go
I
ahead,
audible?
Anifa. Go ahead. We can hear you.
Okay. I want to be talking about a tool that has greatly improved my academic. The tool is actually an AI. It is called Notebook LM. I actually use the web version of Notebook LM, and one of my favorite features is its ability to turn lecture slides, PDFs, and textbook chapters into audio discussion. Whenever I upload my learning material, it generates a podcast style conversation where two AI hosts discuss the content. One asks a thoughtful question while the other explains the concept in a simple and engaging way. These features has really helped me with time management instead of waiting until I have the time to sit down and study. I can listen to my learning material while doing other activities like washing dishes, and even taking a walk. I usually put on my earpod and listen, so I'm making good use of my time that would otherwise be unproductive. Instead of feeling like I have lost my study time, I feel like I'm still learning while carrying out my daily activities. Another thing I could really say about this AI tool is that the conversation covers the key points in the material. The question and explanation help me understand the topic better and make it easier to remember important details when I'm revising. Notebook LM has also been useful when preparing presentations. After uploading my document, it can help organize the document, the main idea, generate the outline, and making it much easier to prepare presentation slides and structure my thoughts. Let me just say the overall benefits of the Notebook LM. Notebook LM has made my study more interactive, more flexible, and more enjoyable for me. It is not a replacement for reading actually, but it is an excellent companion that helps me understand and revise my material more effectively. Personally, I enjoy learning by listening, because some people they actually enjoy learning by seeing pictures or diagram. But for me, I enjoy learning by listening. So these features has been especially helpful for me. And if you are someone who find it easier to understand concepts, when you hear them explain, I think you really enjoy those Book LM podcast features. It feels like listening to two people having an interesting conversation about the topic, which makes the information easier to follow and remember. From my experience, I would say by the time I finish listening to the podcast, most of the important points from the material have already been discussed. It gives me a solid understanding to go back to read or revise my notes. If you are looking for a smarter and more flexible way to study, especially if you have a busy schedule, I definitely recommend giving Notebook LM a try. Thank you so much. Good afternoon.
Thank you, Anifa. Thank you very much. Please, I think we'll just go with Israel and he'll just share with us what he has. Please, let's welcome him to the stage with claps and yeah, like a standing ovation.
Hello, good evening. Please, can everyone hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, thank you very much. Sorry, I need to set to my background noise. Right. So, the name of the application that I'm talking about today is Consensus AI. But before we go into that, I want to drop the link on the group on the chat so that everyone can also open it alongside. I need this to be very interactive so that we can like also try it out as we go. So, for those in maybe lower levels, okay, I'm going to show you myself very soon. Sorry, I didn't do that for now. So, for those in lower levels, I mean 400 level, even 500 level, especially 500 levels, this would be very helpful for you, and I'm going to talk about it very soon. So, my name is Israel Drotoye. I'm a 500 level student of mechatronics engineering, Federal University of Technology, Mina. And yes, I'm counting down to my final days, and which means final year projects, research papers, academic papers here and there. So consensus AI is an AI for academic research, basically. So I'm going to quickly share my screen. We're going to open the website and go through it together. But before that, let me share my screen. Let's see how I can share it. Okay. Okay. Let's have to wait. So I don't know who host it, but I'm waiting for my screen to be shared.
Israel, I just made you co-host so you can share your screen, and I've stopped sharing. So
Yes, I can see it now. So, mm, all right. Okay, can we all see my screen?
Yes, I can.
yes, you
All right.
can.
Thank you very. All right. Thank you very much. So as I said, consistency AI it's a tool for academic research, and when I mean academic research, we're talking about peer-reviewed literature. So I don't want to assume that we all know what peer-reviewed literatures are. So I'm just going to go straight into it. So a peer-reviewed literature is for example, when you have to write a research paper, let me say a project report, you cannot tell if it is up to quality just by writing it and maybe giving a lecturer to mark it for you. So what peer review does is they take it to a board of people, like a group of 20 people within your field, then they review your paper and give you like critical feedback on it. So this peer review is very important because a lot of papers go through this particular screening and it's more widely recognized. Like people even advise you to go for peer review because it has already been screened by a board of people. So consensus AI it's very good because it brings the peer reviewed papers so you don't have to go and start looking for where peer reviewed papers are. So a couple of us might be familiar with Google Scholar. Yes. So I want to quickly go to Google Scholar just to show us. I think I should have shared my entire screen. So just let me just share my entire screen. Mm. Yeah, I'm also use scroll. Okay, I think. Please, can everyone still see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Yes,
All
we
right.
can.
So okay. So Google Scholar is the ideal website people go to find research papers, right? Initially, when I started my final year project, the only option I had was Google Scholar. So I'm just going to search a project topic. Let's say soil. Ouch, I can't type. Okay. Soil health monitoring. So I don't I want to put us in suspense so we can see how well the consensus AI works, right? Okay, so I searched soil health monitoring and it gives me a list of papers. Here you can also add your filters and check them. When you open them, it takes you to the link of the papers. So now we're going to move straight to consensus here. But before we do that, I want someone from the audience to give me a research topic. So we're all going to do a quick research. So I just want someone, a fellow, to give me a research topic. You are going to search that on there.
We can do prevalence of diabetes in old people, something like that. Um, Israel, please, can you get us? Because I don't know if you're talking, but we cannot hear you.
Hi, Israel. Are you still there? Oh my God. Okay, his screen is still working. Israel, are you there? Is it me? Israel, if you're speaking, I can't hear you.
I cannot hear him too. Please, can anybody get Israel? Can anybody hear his voice?
Jesus. Who has episodes? Who has episodes? I thought my job is. How about you? Huh?
I think we can hear you now, Israel.
Ouch. Sorry, I didn't know you guys were no longer hearing me. But can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can get you now.
All right. I was asking for a thumbs up if you guys could hear me. I didn't know that I was totally cut off. I'm sorry. So I'm just going to go back a few steps. I don't know if you guys had when I started talking about the filters.
No, no.
Okay. Okay. So let me just start back from here. So I pasted my. Oh, did you guys hear when I talked about Gemini?
Nope, we didn't get that.
Wow. Yeesh. That was bad. Okay. So I'm just going to keep checking in like every 5 minutes to ensure that you guys can hear me. Yeah, I'm sorry
Okay.
about the break off. All right. So as I said, this is the interface for the consensus, right? And all you have to do is paste your research questions and it generates a list of papers for you, peer-reviewed papers, as I said, papers that have gone through rigorous screening. So how I go about it is I use Gemini. I upload my documents on Gemini. That is a document highlighting all my projects about all what I want to talk about the research topic. So I asked Gemini to generate specific research questions for me so that I can get direct papers that like are head on what I'm looking for. So taking your response from the prompts from Gemini, you come here and okay. Can you guys see I think I'm audible enough.
Yes, we're getting you.
All right, okay, great.
Yes, yes,
So
we can still hear you.
all right, so someone dropped this topic in the chat, and that is why we're using it. So this filter is one feature that I admire the most, right? My project supervisor requires me to only cite papers that are within the 5 years range. So that is why this comes along, and then you can pick your 5 years. Some people might ask you just only 2 years, and some even within 10 years, depending. So I pick my 5 years filter then, yeah, so this open access as well. When you try to download certain papers after reading the abstract introduction, you realize to download the PDF, you have to pay certain amount of money. And that's like a tough problem we always face when we are trying to write research papers. So this filter allows you to get access to only those that are available for downloads. So a lot of those IEEE papers are always are always locked up. You don't have to go through them. You just see only the ones that are available to download. So then I was also asking the person who dropped this topic, I want them to give the field of study so that we can get direct answers. So I don't know, I'll be expecting their response in the chat, but Uh, can you please drop the like field of study for this particular topic, the banana fiber reinforced polymer engineering? Okay, polymer engineering. So I'm just going to pick engineering, right? Then let me see. Okay, material science, yes. Material science. Let me see if any other one. I think this should be the two of them. So I'm going to apply my filters now. Okay, so let's see what it brings to us. Final moment. So please just confirm, can everyone see my screen? I know you guys can, but I want to be sure that you guys can. Just a thumbs up
Yes,
is
we
enough.
can see your screen. Yes.
All right. So the banana fight. This is a really long topic and it's twisting my tongue. So now the best thing about this let me say another best thing about consensus AI, right, is it is like a ChatGPT but for academic research. So it basically generates a whole section for you and it adds even the references, right? And well, as you may know, when you try to generate references from like ChatGPT, for example, it start giving you fake references a lot of times. You get references that are like they don't even exist, and if they screen your paper, it could put you in a lot of trouble. But that is not a kind of problem you experience using consensus AI. So it gives you a full blown explanation of what you are looking for. Let me see packaging and flexible body. So I'm trying to understand this entire topic just from what it has given me. But this is not our focus. Our focus are the number of papers we're able to generate from just this single research question. So biodegradable polymer compounds. So now this is how it is. You can click on this and it gives you the abstract of the paper. You don't have to open the website to go and look for the abstract. You can read the abstract, and then there's another amazing feature. You can copy the citation from here, whichever format your department or school requires. So mine requires APA, so I just have to copy the text and paste it in my documentation, right? You can use other ones depending on which one is acceptable, right? There, you can also save to library in case you are not ready to, like, you don't want to let go of paper yet. You can save to library and you can always get back to that. But one of the, like, the coolest now is the fact that with just a single click of this button, I can get access to the paper. It literally downloads it for you. So this is it about to download it. That's downloaded. So I'm just going to open the paper here, and boom, we have our paper. So without wasting much of our time, I want to just go back and okay. Um, yes. So yeah, you can check as much papers. All you just have to do is click on it, read the abstract. If it aligns with what you are looking for, then you go ahead to download just a single click. Yeah, it's so amazing. It makes your research super fast and like you don't even have to leave this application. So that person wants to give a follow-up question to this topic. So I'm going to be waiting for your response. I'm still not sure who exactly is giving me the responses, but I think it's Chibuzo. Right. So I want you to give a follow-up question to this particular one. I'll be waiting. You are listening to me. Or anyone else who actually has an idea of what we're talking about can give a follow-up question as well. So I'm still waiting. I don't know if you guys are going to answer me.
Are we all hearing? He's asking for follow-up questions. If there's something you've not understood, maybe a step you want that you should redo, you just ask now before we go to the next speaker.
This is what I was talking to an empty crowd. Come on, where are you guys? Yes, I already answered the question. It is free. It's just like the way you have your clothes. It has the free version and you can also pay. But the free version is enough to perform the work you need to perform. Okay. I guess nobody's asking a follow-up question. So I'm just going to try and think of one myself. So let me see. Not really sure what is that one. Okay. Um, fiber or cellulose which better. So I'm just guessing. It's not really my field, so pardon. Okay, I just say a question. For project
Yeah.
work, what is it counted as AI generated? So the thing now is you are the one actually sourcing the papers yourself. What consensus does is give you a platform that makes it easier to find the papers. So you don't have to keep racking your head to generate research questions, look for papers, and it's really exhaustive. Imagine having to review up to 50 to 100 papers. Like it's a whole rigorous process, and like you cannot go through that mental stress. I tell you, I don't know what level you have, but like if you've actually been in that situation, you would not want to go through that stress of having to find papers by yourself. So this consensus just makes it easier within a single platform. You can find papers. It's like let me say it brings papers to you, and you can download them. You can like screen them. You can come on like what else okay. Okay, so it depends. Banana fiber is better for structural reinforcement, while banana cellulose is better for films. So now, so I asked the follow-up question, right? And it generated a new set of references for me. So this one I just want to talk about this. So for those writing like literature reviews, so usually they will expect you to add references for every paragraph you write. So usually what I do is for every paragraph I write, I just have to ensure that I'm answering a particular question. So that question that I'm trying to answer with that paragraph, and not necessarily a question, but you have to talk about something, you have to address something. So whatever you are addressing, you pose it as a question, ask consensus, then ask it to generate papers for you. So I want to know, like maybe my report, I want to talk about how banana fiber is better than cellulose. So I'm just going to have to look for a paper that talks about the advantages of using banana fibers because this is an evaluation, right? Open. So yeah, abstract is this is yeah, let's say a common consent. So all you just have to do, you have to actually open the paper of the writer when you cannot view the abstract from the application. So it's going to take you to the link where the paper is, and you can download it from there. Yeah, you should. Yeah. So, anyways, just to answer that question one more time, it is not counted as AI generated since you are still the one that would review it. This is just a way to find papers. I am let me say I appreciate questions coming in for anyone else who has questions. Well, if you also want to ask questions about the application, maybe clarify what it can do, um, open to accepting that. So I just want to round off with talking about this, right? So usually um the person before me spoke about notebook Helen, and that's like my final step in all of this. So usually when I download papers, having to read them like one after the other is like really hectic, right? So I just have to go to notebook Helen, insert all the papers I downloaded, the ones I actually screened myself and saw that like they are aligning with my research topic. So Notebook LM does the whole hard work of extracting the useful information, the evaluation, the reviewing. It does that whole hard pattern, gives you a precise summary of what you need for your report. And all you just have to do is to structure it into proper English and voila, you have the full report done. So I'm going to end here. I really hope someone or one person, two persons learns from my demonstration. Please open to questions right now while I leave the mic to the host. Thank you very much for listening to me. It's an honor.
Okay, thank you, Israel. But I think we're just going to have everybody speak, and then at the end, we just ask general questions. Yes, Chibuzo, I'm going to like give ask the question once the next speaker is done. So we're going to pass over the floor to Answer. I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name very well, but please let's warm up the chat box as we welcome her to the virtual stage. Is Answer there? Oh, Answer.
Please, let's
Yes,
always
good
appreciate our
evening.
speakers, please. Okay, answer, please, a minute. Let's clap, virtual claps. I mean, someone just shared if I knew this thing when I was in school, oh my god, I would have written lots and lots of projects, a lot. Wait until you start writing your projects, then you remember today and know how valuable and invaluable this information is. In essence, consensus AI is just going to gather up different papers for you. So you don't go searching. I searched. Oh my! I searched on Google Scholar. I will type. I will type. I will tweak it. I will change wordings. I will change lyrics. I will change everything I could change so that I could get enough papers. You know, when a supervisor is telling you you should actually get him 70 papers on one topic, just one topic, and then you don't know what to do. This AI is just going to gather up papers for you. I don't know why you're not clapping, but me, I'm already clapping here like Chris, because even though I'm not in school yet, of course, I'm going to further in the future, and it's going to help me. I know it's not fading out anytime soon because it's free. It's obviously free. So please, let's give it up for Israel. He did wonderfully well. And thank you so much for sharing your screen and telling us how. Me, particularly, I learned though. So bravo, thank you very, very much. So, answer, you can go on ahead now. You have the floor.
Okay, so good evening, everyone. I hope you can hear me well. Can you please reply if you can hear me?
Yes, I can
Yes,
hear
we
you,
can answer.
answer.
Okay, so nice to meet you all. Um, for today, I would like to share to you about the application named SUA Code. I will drop the link in the messages so that you can see for yourself about it. But I will explain a little bit about this application. First of all, it has helped me a lot because the goal of the application is to help you learn the basics of programming, in which you are learning through project and you have assignments after each chapter of the lessons that you have in the application. So basically, the assignments ends every week, and you have to make the follow up of the assignment, and then you are going to be learning with your fellows who are learning on the application. And second of all, we also have the mentor, an IM mentor that can help us in the comments. It's called Kwame AI. I think I'm pronouncing it well. I'm dropping the link of the application now. I hope everyone can see it. And basically, at the end of the course, you can have a certificate of completion. It's an application that is basically made for African students to help learning the basics of programming. And you are not required to have prior knowledge, but you can just start from zero. And then after that you have completed the course, I really assure that you have a solid base for programming. It has helped me so much in the past because I was searching for programs that could introduce me well into programming. And I think that when you have the little assignments and the little challenges, it helps you grow and make your critical thinking and your logic really stimulated. And I think that's an amazing opportunity. So I wanted to share to you guys about this application. Um, the name is Sua Code. So you can actually download it on your phone and you can learn the course on your code. It's self-paced and it's online and it's also free. But I think it's not very hard. Like, uh, it's really giving hard tasks, but it's really for beginners and it's suitable for people who are not only looking for change of careers or just wanting to learn some basics of programming. And yeah, that's the end of my speech. Um, I am really looking forward for some questions and I'm here to answer them all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ansa. Uh, please, guys, can we celebrate her? Can we celebrate her? She means she's explained, although I do not really get well how to use the SOA app, but
Okay,
I think
I might just
yeah.
come in there. I think I understand exactly what she's saying. So I might just tell you a little story, just a very short story. In my 200 level, I really needed to learn how to code. I loved coding. So I know some of you here, you love the programming part of life and computer and tech and STEM, right? But you have this challenge. What answer is basically saying is that you don't have to go on Udemy to go and pay for any course. You don't have to go to Coursera to pay for any course. I mean, why I'm mentioning them is because I actually had to pay for courses. If I had known there was something called SWAT code that will give you free access to materials that you can learn, and it will give you a very strong foundation and basics for coding, then I wouldn't pay all that huge amount of money. But then Ansa is giving us a hack. She said it's SWAT code, and she has dropped the link in the chat room, so you can pick it up there and download the app. It is very mobile, right? That means it can work in your phone. And then I'll give you a second hack. If you're learning, you're supposed to practice at the same time. So when I was craving for my knowledge for coding and programming, I had to search and search for IDEs that can help me because I didn't have a laptop as at the time and I really needed to learn. And so we're not going to say because I don't have a laptop, then I'm going to sweep that dream under the carpet. No, I had to look for ways. So I had to get courses. As I was going through my courses, there was need to practice. So there is something called Handwriter as well, which can help you code with your phone. So while you are learning with answers as post word code, you can also code alongside whatever you're learning on that app on Handwriter. So if you can write it down, all of us here that needs to or want to learn how to code, please, Anta has given us a basics. She has exposed us to these things. And that is why we always have these fellows meetup so that we can always talk about these things. We can learn. Sometimes you may not really hear these things in a lifetime, but for platforms like this and persons like Ansa that has found it very convenient to share with us today, I think you should really pen it down. And please, virtual claps, drum rolls, because it's not easy to share knowledge. If I had this knowledge, I wouldn't spend the amount of money. Yes. And now this knowledge is coming to you on a platter of gold. So we should actually appreciate the speaker and appreciate her convenience and appreciate everything that she stands for. Thank you, Ansa. Thank you very much for sharing with us. Over to you, Solly.
Okay, thank you all so much. So, there are some questions that were dropped in the chat box. This question will be for Sir Israel. So the question is, what's the difference between consensus and perplexity, and which is better? So Israel, can you get us?
Yeah. Perplexity is also just like ChatGPT is an LLM, although it has some specialized features, like yeah, some specialized features like it can read your screen, it can like work for you, like maybe basic work like automation and all. But the thing about consensus is it is specifically for academic work. So other tools like even ChatGPT, Gemini, they can also do academic work, but they are not as specialized as consensus is. So when you come to the field of consensus, it is the top in the game. But if you bring consensus into the whole field of AI, then perhaps it's low. But when it comes to what it actually does, it's top, like top notch. So like, it's not really a comparison. They are not really in the same field. Per se. Mm. I don't know if that answers the question though.
I think that should do. Does that answer your question, Chibozo? Okay, while he's still writing, the next question is for, okay, he says yes. Okay, the next question is for Anifa. Said, the person was asking if there's any limit to how much the person can upload. Like, I would like to know, is there any limit to how much we can upload for the notebook LM? Oh, yeah, lady, sorry. Is Anifa there?
Anifa, are you here? There's a question for you to answer. Okay, I don't think she is here, or maybe her network kicked her out. So what we are going to do is, I have not used it myself, so I can't answer that question. Israel, please. I don't know if you know a little bit about Notebook LM. Maybe you can help
Yeah,
us out.
okay, so for notebook LM, there are two different ways. So a couple of us are lucky enough to have the pro version for students that was released last year. So for us, we don't necessarily have limits, like as much as possible. There was them at up to 20 different pages. So there's no limit. But then for the ones that are like just like regular accounts, it's they tag those other features as beta, so it's exclusive. You cannot use it maybe more than twice a day or once a day. There's limits basically. So it depends on your kind of subscription with Google. But yeah, there's limits.
Okay, thank you. I'm sure that answers your question. So, are there any other questions, or is there any other thing you want to add? Because I believe many of us use AI tools. So, maybe we can share some that we use, or whatever tool that you use. Like, it's an open floor. Feel free to express yourself. You can unmute your mic and speak, or you can just use the chat box. Please, let's cooperate. Personally, I use Notebook LM. Yes, and though I'm not using the pro version, but I've not really had any encounter where there's a limit. Maybe because I don't use many sources, or maybe use many uploads, but not really. The only limit that I've seen is maybe when I'm trying to um download from Notebook LM. So that's what I use. And yeah, that's basically what I use. Okay, someone says, I highly recommend, that's Chibo. So he says, I highly recommend ChatGPT, Perplexity, and Cloud AI. Is there any particular reason? You can unmute your mic and speak.
Yes, please. Unmute your mic and speak. People of blessing, you have the floor. I'm calling you out now. I know. Are you running away from us? Why?
Oh,
Okay. Let's move ahead.
the last one you said. Do you mean what I said? She said comments ChatGPT, Perplex. Okay. Chibuzo, I think you only have to unmute. He said, what does the AI do?
What does Claude AI do? So there are lots of questions coming for you. And please, all these persons asking questions in the chat room, you can also unmute and speak. Please, let's make this place lively.
Blessing says it helps for critical thinking. Critical thinking. I think okay. She says when it comes to then prompting is key because it will frustrate you if you can't prompt properly. I think it's every AI normally you have this kind of situation, this kind of complexity if you cannot prompt properly. Okay, I think we'll just dive into the next thing. If you have any other questions, you can just drop it in the chat box and then we'll direct it to the right quarters. Okay, so we're going to dive into complementing other chapters, and I really hope that we've learned a lot from the other speakers. Like I hope we were taking notes. I hope we were following up, and I really wish that these tools that we've learned can really help us, especially final year students. So yeah, we'll be complementing other chapters, people that have done amazing work. Like we can see people that keep working, people that are always there, and a few fellows are going to tell us or complement these chapters for us. So I think we can go to the next slide now. Okay. Okay, so we're going to have two speakers. The first person is Milan. I really hope I'm pronouncing your name well. From
Mylene.
okay,
Mylene.
Mylene. Sorry. Sorry, from Eduardo Monlan University chapter, and she's a chemical engineer. And then we'll still have Ansa, and yeah, she'll be telling us or she'll be helping complement other chapters. So, Mylene, the floor is yours, please. And guys, please let's clap, let's appreciate them as they're coming up. Please, let's really be active.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Mylene, are
Hi,
you there?
Mylene. Are you there?
Okay, please unmute and you can start.
Alessa, mãe tá ligando.
Okay, I think I can hear you, Mylene. Go ahead.
Being recorded. Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Mylene, I can hear you.
Hello?
Yes, we can
Can you
get
hear
you.
me?
Yes, we
I'm so
can.
sorry. I have a problem with the other device, so I was changing. Well, my name is Mileni, not Mylene and not Mileni. Mileni.
Millennium. Okay.
Yes. Actually, I'm from Mozambique, and here the official language is Portuguese, so that's why the pronunciation is Mileni. So I hope you understand me because my English it's not that good, but I'm trying to improve. And it's a challenge for me to be here and speaking because our official language is Portuguese. Well, I'm studying chemical engineering course at Eduardo Mondlane University. Uh, every WAAW Foundation chapter has something unique to offer, and it is always inspiring to learn from the amazing work they are doing. But the one that I admire the most is the FUT minor chapter from Nigeria. I really like this chapter because they are always organizing outreach programs. They also keep their LinkedIn page updated, and that's amazing, which allow us to follow their activities and get inspired by the amazing work they are doing. And the most importantly, they truly live they truly live the WOW Foundation mission, working to advance STEM education. And they are making it happen and creating a real impact in the lives of many girls. And another thing that I really admire is their creativity and innovation. They recently posted about the weak energy, which I found to be a very interesting initiative. And their dedication, consistency, and innovative ideas make the FUT minor chapter a great source of inspiration for us. And thank you to them for being sharing this to us. Thank you.
Thank you, Miley. Mileni. Sorry, I learned that now. Thank you for calling that out. Put me now. You've gone far as Monlane University, and you've inspired people. Know that you have work to do, not just by complimenting. Mhm. So you are going to go in contact with Edward Monlane University and be friends with them. So that is part of the essence of this session. We need to get our chapters to collabo, no matter how much the distance is. So please, mhm, put me now. You have a mentee, which is the Edward Lane University, and you are the mentor. So whatever you're doing that they are admiring, please go over ahead and teach them. Chapter to chapter support, fire. So please, let's put me now. I hope Esther is here, and I hope Israel is here too. So go back to your chapter, have a meeting to know how to go and acknowledge the compliment you just got this evening. Answer, please. Let's hear from you.
I am back again. Um, all chapters in WOW Foundation are like what we saw in the beginning. They all have their unique, and I really appreciate every chapter, but I think that the most outstanding for me is Lautech, Lautech chapter from Nigeria. I've been visiting their social media and I've been seeing their posts. Um, their kind of posting was really inspiring for me, and they are using vibrant visuals and they know how to attract the people to see and to listen to what they are advocating for, and we can clearly see that they are trying to pass a message for the other young generations. um, there was especially something that really made me notice this chapter. On May 15th, they made an outreach at an Anglican school. I am not really sure about the name of the school, but it really made it feel special because it was not just any outreach, it was a medical outreach. They were talking about hygiene, about the menstrual phases of girls, and um, they did a very genuine gesture that really I appreciated it. They distributed menstrual pads, sanitary pads for young girls on the school, and I really think that this action makes you feel like those young girls are supported. Um, it was like they are inspiring those young girls to stand out and make something for themselves, and it also really make feels like you have a mentor, like the law tech chapter is making you feel like you have someone to guide you and mentor you through everything that you do. And I really appreciated that they are not only looking at the people as they are, but they are also looking at the girls, and um, they are posting regularly on their digital media. And I think that we can get inspiration from this chapter. And I really hope that you guys are still doing your best because I really appreciate it and I hope to learn from you in the future. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ansa. Thank you very much, Melanie. It's really like like actually I've been looking at Footmina, the post on LinkedIn and all that. It's really amazing and it's really good. Like they really inspire us so badly. So I really like us to celebrate these chapters. I don't know why I was so quiet. I don't know why I was so quiet, but let's please celebrate
Like, let's
Loudtech and
clap,
Footmina.
let's clap, let's react. I mean, Lautech. I hope Lautech is represented here. Please make drop a chat so that we know you are really, really represented here. And please, we love to see things like this so that we can assign chapters to chapter support, mentorship, and all those things that other chapters are doing. You can apply it to your own chapter. You can do it to your own chapter as well, so that we can also network. You don't know where you find yourself tomorrow. God, I wanted to be in Kenya so I can meet some of my fellows, some of my friends. And God, if I get myself there, I know lots and lots of fellows I'm going to their house. At least I'm not going to spend money on food. Yes, they will feed me for free. So please, we need to network. You can have friends from Nigeria to Kenya, you can have friends from Nigeria to Gambia, you can have friends from Nigeria to Zimbabwe, and this is what I want us to do now. Who is going to indicate a chapter that they love most and keep it to themselves till the next fellows meetup? So that this is going to be a permanent session in all of our fellows meetup. So we're going to be complementing each chapter. You are going to go through chapters, what's that? Social media pages, and find out what they are doing, what you like the most, and then you would want to, keep it to yourself so that next month you can reach out to me, tell me that you want to complement, you have chapters that you want to complement, and then we'll give you the floor. So let me see people that are going to indicate so that I'll keep you here I'll keep your name in my diary. Who are the people indicating? Your hands up so that I can see you. You have, okay, Milani just applauded Putmina, and answer says Lautech is for her. So who else is going for another chapter altogether that loves that chapter? I would want to imitate what they do. Let's see your answer in the chat room. Please. Let's be fast. We are way behind time. Make up your mind already and put your name down in the chat room. Is anybody saying something?
Not really. Yes, you can nominate.
Yes. Yes, let's nominate. Can we nominate? Yes, we can. Let's always look out for chapters. If you see those chapters, we did it in my chapter. Yes, back then in Federal University of Technology, Owerri, photo chapter, we reached out to Olarisi Onabanjo University chapter because their designs were like out of this world. Their social media page was, oh my god, it was so fine. We really needed to have a collabo. And then our designer, their designer, we had a consensus, and then we were good. That was networking. So we knew some persons in OOU chapter, OOU chapter, some persons in Photo chapter, and I think it was the other way around. OOU came to us, Futo, instead. I don't know. Jessica, I don't know if Jessica is here to help us remember that. So please, all of these things is what we need to have happen in all our chapters across boards. So please, nobody is saying anything. Anyways, no problem. I will come to your DM. And when I come, I know how to get you to speak. Okay, so thank you. Anyone, is there any other person that wants to compliment any other chapter? Or even if it's the same chapter, you have the floor to speak. We think you want to still give a shout out for them, to any chapter that you admire more. You just see them online, be like, oh my god, this chapter is always on fire. So any person that wants to speak? I think the link for LoudTech page has been dropped here. Mm-hmm. So you can follow the link that was dropped just last before. Uh, you can use that and you can scan and spam them so that they can get to you as well. Okay, so without further ado, we are really, really behind time. We are going to be recognizing our July outreaches. Of course, we had 18 outreaches in total. Over to you, Soli.
Okay, so for our July outreaches, we had 18 outreaches in total, sorry, across 4 African countries, that's Nigeria, Ghana, Cameroon, and it's okay, Eswatini. We inspired or we empowered 661 girls, and we reached 1,336 students in government schools. Yeah, for the places where we went for our outreaches. So I think we've been doing a great job, especially this July, given that maybe most schools are already on break, but we're like on their summer break, but they're still having so many outreaches. So I think we need to applaud ourselves because we're doing well. So we would like to recognize uh, Abu Zara or Zaria, sorry, Nigeria. They had 5 outreaches this July. Please, let's celebrate them. Like, let's cheer for them in the chat box. Virtual claps, please. Then we had the University of Mines and Technology, Ghana. They had 4 outreaches delivered. I mean, that's incredible. We had the Federal University of Technology, Nigeria. They had 3 outreaches. I mean, I really see the consistency with these chapters, although sometimes we cannot have outreaches every day, but 4, 5 outreaches is really massive. So I like that we applaud for them. And then we also had they had 2 outreaches delivered. Then we had the University of Eswatini. They had 2 outreaches delivered. Please, let's celebrate these universities. Please. I mean, they were just very quiet. Let's celebrate them. And lastly, we had the University of Bamenda, my own chapter. We had 1 outreach delivered. So we see that every single outreach really counts, no matter the number. We inspired many girls. We really had fun while learning and while teaching the girls and telling them that STEM is really an amazing thing. So, not to waste too much time, we're going to go to the opportunities that are available. So, the first opportunity that we have is to register and participate in the WAAW Foundation's Impact Her Africa Enterprise Hard Skills Training. You have to register, and you have to this is to equip tech literate young women with practical business and digital skills needed to build sustainable businesses, increase their employability, and unlock new economic opportunities. So if you want to register, you have to use the link. I think they're going to drop the link into the chat box too. The next opportunity that we have is our August Fellow Meetup team. So we're excited to share that our August Fellow Meetup team will be in commemoration. Sorry, I'm not really seeing well, of the International Youth Day or Youth Month team. Different contests, common aspirations. That's different context, common aspirations. So this conversation will be positioned around entrepreneurship, employability, leadership, innovation, and personal growth, particularly through the lens of young women in STEM. And the last opportunity that we have today is Coding Training Weekend Bootcamp. So we'll have yeah, I think they've already dropped the link. So we'll be having a bootcamp training next month for secondary school students on JavaScript and Python. So if you know any secondary school student age 14 to 18 that has access to a laptop and internet connection available for 2 hours on Saturdays, please share this opportunity with them. And more details will be sent into the fellows group. And yeah, you can always reach out to these students and all, because JavaScript is really something that is not really easy. But if you have somebody that can follow you up, somebody that can really guide you through it, it's going to be really easy. So if you know secondary school students or any interested in learning coding, please make sure they are participating in this boot camp. Next slide, please. We're out of time. Yeah, so for reminders and announcement, some important adjustments have been made to the outreach reporting. There has been a slight adjustment to the report form. So always remember to take 2 videos. First, yourself and your fellows describing the outreach, and secondly, a girl impacted during the outreach in her school. So you take a video, of yourself and your fellows, maybe explain how the outreach was, what you guys did, and then you take a video of the students, maybe how the outreach impacted them and all that. So yeah, the survey is dropped down. Okay, the next reminder we have is an important reminder for all fellows and for chapters. So we should kindly ensure that all our outreach activities are fully reported. These reports will contribute to the review and selection process for the chapter of the month. So please, we should make sure that we report our outreaches like really thoroughly, so that it can ease the process of selecting the chapter of the month. And the next announcement that we're having is the chapter of the month update. So the chapter of the month for the month of July will be announced next week. And this is to urge all of us to continue with our outreaches towards the criteria laid out for July and let the best chapter win. Every month of the year 2026, the chapter of the month will have a special team which will run with and make selections. There will also be a special recognition category for each month. While one chapter wins the award, another chapter is getting a loud shout out as well. So for the month of August, it will be the Small Chapter Big Impact Award, and other details will be shared with us subsequently. So please don't forget to complete the feedback survey for today's session. I think Ms. Heka has already dropped down the report. We answer the survey and we give a thorough like explaining how or answering all the questions for that. So thank you all. I believe this is all the announcements that we have for today.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Thank you, Soli. Thank you. Please give it up for our hosts. She did excellently well. Give it up for her. She did well. Thank you so much, Soli, for handling our session for today. You did great. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. So we've had our announcements. So we still have a couple of days in July, and we wouldn't want to have anyone just be left out. Any chapter can pull off a great feat within these few days and be named chapter of the month. And so because of that, we will not be um, having the chapter of the month today. Now next, who would want to host the next month's session? We need us to volunteer. You would want to be the host for our next month session, please reach out to me or Helga via the WhatsApp DM. We would need you to always host our. It has come to stay. Oh, I am done hosting fellows meetup. Yes, I said it. I am done hosting it. It's now on you. It's your responsibility as fellows. So be my guest. So it's better you indicate now, or I carry it to your DM and give it to you. Yes, I will do it. Right. So let's see. Uh, Thank you everyone for joining this meetup. We know that the time is fast spent and we appreciate that you were patient enough to stay, right? So thank you. So for our virtual snapshots, please hmm, let's let's open up our video so I can see our beautiful faces right here on the call. Please, let's see your beautiful faces. Okay, I can see Favor. Favor is cute. I can see Sully. I can see, who else am I seeing? I can see Ansa. Who else? I can see Shirley. Shirley is a fine girl. Oh my God. And then there's Carl. Our fellows are fine, though. I don't even know. Wow. And all of you will be hiding. Please stop hiding. Just talk to me. Always unmute. Speak up. Elga is always a fine girl. I know. I've seen you. Stop showing us yourself. And then there's Israel. And then there's who else am I seeing? Please remove your videos now. There's Mileni. Too. Please, can I see our faces? I need to take a virtual snapshot. There is Mariam. Mariam, I'm seeing for the first time. Well done, well done, well done. Thank you everyone for being on this call with us. We'll always reach out to you for opportunities. And if you are not willing to take it, trust me to give it to you and you will carry it out because I need you to put yourself out there. This fellows meetup is recorded and it is being uploaded on YouTube. You never know who would watch it and want to pick interest. So please put yourself out there. You all are students, scholars. You should be able to make yourself very, very formidable. Right? So please, there's Ayomide. People just putting on the video one after the other. Okay. I will definitely take your snapshots. Yes, I will. So, thank you, everyone. Thank you very, very much. You guys have done well staying up to this time. So always bear in mind that our fellows meetup is the last Saturday of every month by 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. West African time. It is a stamp. It's not changing anytime soon. Whenever it changes, we will let you know. But for now, just have it at the back of your mind. Put it in your calendar, everywhere. Just have it somewhere that Fellows Meetup is always the last Saturday of every month and by 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. West African time. So thank you and stay blessed. Have a fruitful next week as well in school. Thank you. Bye.
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 Ah.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.